It's Messy Monday, so you already know what it is. Celebrities are going back and forth. 50 Cent said he's scared for his life. Soulja Boy is going back and forth with
21.
Yes. And we got a lot of other stories in the news. Let's go ahead and get into Messy Mondays. It's Mount TV, bringing you all latest headlines, breaking stories, drama, cloud chasers, and everything trending in these streets. Now let's start off with 50 Cent, okay? He says, I'm afraid for my life after hearing the diss track from King Combs.
Now, look, I'm a little shocked because doesn't King Combs have a very small Rolodex of music? But I'll tell you what, in the midst of everything that's going on with his dear old Papa Love, he's got to be keeping some kind of money coming through, right? And I'm thinking that he's getting started now, right?
Well, he's trying it, but I don't know. That track was really not it for me.
No, absolutely not. The music was off. But I am going to say that he was poking the bear. Now, I think 50 Cent is always smart to come back with the rebuttal, especially, who was it last time that was threatening his life? And he was like, I'm so scared. I'm over here in Houston. I forget who it was. But this is the same instance, right? I think, too, again, what 50 Cent is doing is he's loading the choppers in the back. But he's letting you know, I'm scared for my life right now. So this way, look, if anything happens, if it goes down, okay, on these streets, at least he's, let y'all know that he feared his life. Sarcastically and seriously, right? But that's what I feel on that. 50 Cent always has a really good rebuttal, and he doesn't waste no time. When he hears you say something, boom, there goes his post, okay? So I can see, 50 and Eminem going into the studio, maybe, cutting their piece, putting it down on a really good, solid beat, okay? And I'm really blowing it out the park. I'm not really sure what Sean Combs, his whole mental state is, but I'm starting to think that maybe there's some stuff that we just don't know about that happened in the background, okay? Maybe 50 Cent and Diddy got into it, okay? We do know that 50 Cent is always throwing shade at Diddy, okay, in his personal preference, taking men shopping and whatnot. And I think that at this point, it just gives, Combs Junior Combs, an opportunity to show his daddy that he cares. I really don't know. I'm not understanding the gist of all this, because doesn't he have his own life? Okay, let's talk about. I would love to hear him rap about all the girls that he took from his daddy or him and his daddy shared. Not throwing shots at 50 and M. Like, come on now, those are seniors compared to you. So I'm lost. I'm lost in the sauce.
Well, the youngins got to get some clout from
That's what I'm talking about.
The old heads, okay?
Yes.
Well, on to the next story. Soulja Boy called out Metro Boomin and 21 Savage, and he's gotten some responses, okay?
Oh, absolutely.
He said, Happy Mother's Day, Metro Boomin. Don't speak my name. I'll beat the out of Metro Boomin and 21 Savage. Sign the boxing contract.
I think, too, that, you know what? Soulja Boy does not leave one. If 1 week goes by and Soulja Boy ain't talking crap to somebody, right?
He also exposed some tweets from 12 years ago, from 2012.
Look,
14 years ago at this point. He said you was trying to send me beats, Metro Boomin, and he also went ahead and said you sacrificed your mom.
Oh, stop.
You're a puppet. All stream sales and money, fame, not gonna bring your mom back. I don't know. That's crazy. And then, 21 Savage came in with the response and said,
You gonna chit yourself whenever I see you, boy. Now, let me tell you something. 21. Because I can't really say his name without saying it a couple times. But the whole... I want to say the personality disorder of 21, because it seems like ever since the whole try to, loan him a lawyer to get out of jail, and we all found out he was from London or the UK, and then, and he claims Atlanta, and then, it was like right away, if it wasn't a business transaction, we seen Drake pick 21 up, and they did a whole album together, right? I think too, whenever you are just talking out your neck, it starts turning into a different thing, right? I'm gonna go ahead and twist this story, because the way I'm seeing it is now the producers are getting involved in the beef, right? It's not just the artists anymore. Everybody got a mouthful. Now, to me, it's like, because Metro Boomin does beats and things, right? But I think too that reverbers that they include in it, the same way that Kendrick did, Drake with the BBL. I think, and that little stance was going on in the background. I think this gives the producers the opportunity to get their writers credit. I'm not even gonna lie, subliminally, it's a way for everyone to get paid. And Soulja Boy never actually ends up boxing anybody. Let's just be real, right? We can hear stories about how he swung and pew people that broke in his house. But stop playing with us. If we didn't see the footage, we don't believe it.
So Drake is putting his house up for sale. $88 million on this mansion after the third trespasser has tried to target his home.
Look, it's been quite some time that I know and seem to believe that his mansions have been empty. I know with all these pews that are going on, and the stories that are coming back to us about his mansions being attacked. It's so weird because I had seen a content creator do a walkthrough on his neglected mansions that are apparently side-by-side neighboring houses, right? They're to be demolished, but they've also been empty for quite some time. Now, I'm not going to sit here and debate the mansion he resides in is in Hilltop, and a parameter at least a half a mile till you get to the road. That's the house I thought, right? It was in danger. Because for the life of me, I was like, how did the security guard not get a face-to-face with who is pew-pewing at him?
My thing is, how is there no, double fence, triple, quadruple fence that you got to drive through, right. Put in a passcode, put in the key card, put in the key fob, but scan your phone, scan the eyes, scan the fingers, and then you get in. Exactly. What is all this? Right. People can just walk up?
No, I'm not buying it at all. But I tell you,
Drake is too rich for that. It just don't make no sense. When you get rich, you got to upgrade your lifestyle, especially when you're known. Drake is widely known, global.
Well, what we have to pay attention to is that everyone is really selling like they're selling their what does it want to say? Their masters. They're selling their like everything to make a dollar and pile up on it. I'm thinking that the celebrities get that first email that says we in danger, girl, and then they start acting accordingly, right? With that being said, Adonis is growing up, okay? Allegedly, he got a daughter out there about 11 or 12. I don't know whether to believe that or not. But I do think, like you said, he's rich. And there's no freaking way that, that this would... I've got questions, okay? Because when I seen the police do the podium explanation, he said in the neighborhood right behind me, and for the life of me, everything was blurred. But I know that Drake don't got neighbors that close. You know what I mean? He don't live in a neighborhood. He is the neighborhood. So I'm very confused on where the pew took place. I am. And not only that, but the gentleman that did have, they do the little conference to everybody, he didn't have absolutely no answers, okay? All he could say was, it's where it's at. No, we cannot give you no more information. So I thought it was just pointless. I thought for sure I was going to see that in a video. And if I could put my money down, I'm going to bet that part's going to be in a video, right? So I don't believe it. I don't know. I'm confused. And I don't
believe it either. No. And then $88 million, no one's buying that house.
Absolutely. But I tell you what, Kendrick has busted him a new coochie. And what's going on is his whole background is getting revealed. Look, the cheering of the corn is getting talked about. It's crazy. Because whenever you have this big of a head, Lord have mercy. Can he really be canceled?
Well, on to the next story. We found a throwback of Miss Claudia Jordan.
Yes,
is this Claudia Jordan?
Stop playing with me.
What host?
Oh my goodness. It just goes to show that how pro-black she is. That she just should not forget who put her on, okay?
I don't know. Put her on. Who the hell is this?
Stop playing with me. She was a background dancer, and it's all there is to it. Now, can we play
that video vixen? But I never see, when she's posting her resume of how with the video she's been in.
All the white art.
It's R&B legends, but we don't see this one.
No, absolutely. I would love to see it. But anyway, it's nice to see where she came from. Girl, it's her. She's been jamming back there. I'm surprised. I'm surprised, but I'm not surprised. Not only that, but here in these recent episodes of TGI Friday, she was talking about how her hair, how she's using the white girl hair. Girl, this from 20, 30 years ago, and you was still wearing that white girl hair. So I don't know. If I was her mom, I'd kind of be embarrassed at the way that she treats the color. Coming from another half-breed, from one half-breed to another, I just, it's not in me to put my white side down. I don't care. Because to me, it's already a struggle to be accepted on white side and the other side. So don't. I just can't. I can't listen to her too long, especially when she brings in color every single episode. That is right there is what makes me turn off TGI Friday. And so anyway, it just kind of, it's a breath of fresh air to sit here and look at her be a background dancer for this whole white group. It is what it is, okay? But yeah, we see you, girl.
Well, it's Messy Monday, so let's go ahead and get into some more messy stories after this commercial break. Now, if you want to sponsor the channel, go ahead and send us some DMs, some emails, wherever you can find us, hit us up, okay?
Absolutely.
We will be airing some sponsors here coming up, so get ready for that. But if you want to be in on it, you gotta hit us up now.
Right. Now, happy Mother's Day. It is Mother's Day.
Not Mother's Day. Mother's Day was yesterday.
Stop playing with me. One day off. Happy belated Mother's Day to all the mommies out there, okay? And that part, we've lost quite a few, and we still have quite a few under our belt that we need to take care of. So that part.
Diddy posted Kim Porter for Mother's Day.
And the only supporter that he ever has liking his stuff, Mr. Stevie J, I don't see present in this lineup of comments. But I did want to bring that up, right? Every single time that Diddy posts, the only supporter that comes right underneath his ass is Stevie J. Now, allegedly, him and Stevie J got a lot of things going on some tapestry in the background. And I think that Stevie J's got all that footage in his vault, right? I think that Diddy needed someone to depend on. And, hey, Stevie J's the person. But, yeah, his only supporter ever. That's nice. Got your little ride or die. I thought it'd be Meek Mill or somebody like that. But, nope, Stevie J.
Oh, and some YouTube drama. Jaguar Wright came for Sharrells World. She had quite a bit to say. Mm-hmm. Go ahead and check that out. And then Nosey came back and drug Jaguar Wright. She said that she had quite a few talking points against Jaguar Wright. She said she found out about her adoptive mother and then started this whole brigade against her.
Not be behind. I stopped. I had to back away from Jag because Jag was trying to sabotage my channel. She immediately launched an attack on me. She went and got with my drunk lying ex. She went with all the stories. Yes, she said she was going to my mother's grave, Sharrell. My mother, who adopted me at 3 days old and raised me, I was lucky enough to be adopted by a family that took me in at 3 days old. And I shared that with Jag. She went all over the internet saying that she was going to go to my mother's grave. She's going to find out why she adopted me. Was it for the money? People get money for foster children, not for adopted children, sweetie. Once you adopt that child, that's your child to take care of. The state is not giving you any money for an adopted baby. So that was the first attack on my mother. Then recently, she was on an interview, and I heard this from my YouTube subscribers, that she went and said that I was a trash dumpster baby. So that's the second attempt on my mother. Say this, when you keep playing with people that are protected and people who have mothers who actually love them, you might have to reap the repercussions. Now, I don't know if my mom was really dead or not, but what I do know is that I heard that she talked about me, and the next day her mammy was dead.
It was nuts. So, obviously some drama's kicking off. Jaguar Wright is really knowing how to insert herself around the streets, right?
Absolutely.
Getting her name back up in the blogs as her channels have been taken down.
I mean, she's very egotistical, I'm going to say that much, but I do want to say that other people don't really think about the effect, the Jaguar effect on the channel. Either way it goes. She's still going to make her way around there, okay? I think, too, that Nosey is, she's a force to be reckoned with, especially when she goes MIA and she comes back. It's usually because she took her notes, right? And I think that she's one of those feisty content creators to where, verbally she's fighting with you all day. So I don't know, that's something I probably enjoy indulging on, is watching Jaguar and Nosey going at it, because they both use the phrase bitch often. So and they both think that they're always right. So I'll be looking forward to whatever they put out.
Well, tell us what you guys think. Talk to us back in the chat.
Yes.
Right, well, in other disrespectful news, Raven Simone is defending her girlfriend from trolls, and people saying that they want her dead.
I'm here with Miranda, my wife, to tell you to stop it in the comments and stop with the death threats in her DMs. It is disrespectful to her and in turn disrespectful to me. Stop it.
It's really become wild.
Yeah, I think that that's a little outrageous. Now, as we all know, Raven-Symoné has introduced her girlfriend, her wife, to the scene of her podcast and of many of the contents that, that she's got out here, right? I do want to say that they are, they're funny, okay? Very humorous. On other levels, she allows, her wife to be insulted by some of the guests. And I think that's really hurt the image of what's going on here with Raven-Symoné. Now she's got to come to the social media platforms to try to defend and condone what people are saying to her wife.
For sure, because that Tiffany Haddish interview, it was very awkward because she let Tiffany Haddish and her disrespect her for mentioning, how she would prefer her food cooked. You're white, basically.
Right.
Smoked turkey.
Thank you very much.
Okay, or smoked turkey leg.
Yes. Do you put sugar or vinegar in yours?
Vinegar.
Oh, you can come good for me anytime.
Vinegar,
Tiffany.
little liquid smoke.
Yes.
Got the onions.
What about ham hock? You put ham. My wife's learning. Don't worry about it.
I'm not. Don't even try
You're
and make
learning.
Don't try and make me sound like I'm not.
We passed the ham.
You put some kind of pork in your greens.
If I put pork in my greens, it's like
bacon?
it's like a thick bacon. But I don't put a ham hock. That's like super southern 1972.
Yeah, that's.
I know.
What is your opinion about black people?
And thank you so much for having. Here's all I'm going to tell you. This is my opinion about it. I have been invited to the cookout.
Oh,
every
she's eating mac and cheese and ribs.
So I'm just saying that.
Wait, no, but we're almost the same color.
She doesn't eat it. She just got invited.
Oh, okay.
Look, we're just 3 different shades of black right here. There you go.
Cocoa butter, caramel, and chocolate.
Yeah. Beautiful. I
We
love all
are
people.
the world.
I love
We
you.
are
You're
the
funny.
It's a circle of life.
Okay. Wait, just kidding, guys.
maybe we'll
Biggie
cut that
does
part
like
out.
black people, and if she doesn't like black people, she likes her black wife.
That's
I can't speak for all blacks, but I can't speak for this one.
So it just opened up the doors for sure for people to disrespect her. And of course, now you're going to have to argue with them because they've taken it to new heights.
Right.
Even, wanting her gone.
Right. Well, I think too that whenever Raven-Symoné came out and did her live, I think it was more or less a demand at us, you know what I'm saying? But on another note, she wasn't really taking accountability for her part in making that happen. Because whether she wants to admit it or not, you contributed, okay? You contributed to that Rolodex of people that were going to come at your wife. And let's not dismiss the fact that you're used to this kind of, you're used to this lifestyle. So don't you dare, come at us.
Well, they have a podcast, so I think they want the criticism. They want the attention.
Right. And
ultimately.
Right. And which brings me to, my last thought and theory is there's no such thing as bad publicity. You know what I mean? You take with a grain of salt and you keep it pushing. You made your coin. All right. Do it all over again next month.
And also, Raven comes from The View, so she's used to this for
Right.
sure.
Oh, for real.
And putting herself in these situations to get attention. Because that's what they do on The View. I mean, I don't care what nobody says. All that beef on that show, come on. It's for clicks and views and headlines.
Absolutely. And
something
I
for
think
them to keep addressing.
Right. And I think if anybody has been a click interview, it's going to be Raven-Symoné, right? She's either addressing something or she's ignoring it. And either way, we want to hear what she's got to say.
As you should, take that profit for yourself. Why split it with ABC and all of them? Get your podcast up, girl.
Exactly.
Kudos to you. All right, now next.
Jeezy and Jeannie Mai, right?
A mess there. Crazy.
Look, when you thought that this thing could not escalate any further, photos, videos, there's I want to say in the DMs. It went down in the DMs, right? There was a lot of evidence, photos of bruised areas and whatnot. And I think that was planted on purpose. Everything is done strategically, and I'm like, who takes pictures of their bruises and is like, whatever her little message was there. But I was looking at it going, as soon as you send me a photo,
well, if you got a bruise, that's good enough to take a photo. Go on and do it, because I know when I get bruised up, I can't take a photo. It don't show up, but I sure can feel it.
Well, I don't know. Call me crazy and very life experience, but whenever somebody gives me a photo back, I'm like, this photo is going to be living legend, okay? Like, you're going to use it against me. It's never going to be...
She has to, though. Let's bring it back. You know, he was filing for full custody of the baby. He did not want her to have any part of the baby's life. That was very telling to me. She had to get messy with it. Right. What was she supposed to do? Just let him run off with the baby?
No, absolutely.
Like, no. And his whole reasoning was, you know, he didn't like her culture. There was cultural differences. He don't like how the mama never leaves. He don't like how the brother's involved. He didn't like any of it. So she had to pull out her guns.
Yeah, I just
the same way he did.
I just want to say, you know what I mean, that it just gave me a different perspective. I just was looking at her like, whoa, girl, you'll pull out the gun at any time, you know what I mean, to prove your point. But then I did start to go back, you know, and, you know, just like the moment that he filed and it went public, she came right out and was like, I'm doing anything to fight for my marriage. I'm going to fight for my marriage. So it just seems like maybe she gave him the option of we can play our cards right or we can really get nasty with it. And
no, it was a bow down and do what I say, and she said no.
Yeah. Well, either way it went.
That's how I see it.
Yeah, I don't know. I just thought, dang, this is all, you know what I mean, unfolding very messily. But
now, recently, he's rebuttaling, saying she's smearing him because he didn't want another baby. Now, I'm just not falling for that.
Me neither. That was a crazy outburst.
Now, he has a lot of support, okay? Every time the blogs post about it, all his celebrity friends are bombarding the comment section, slandering Jeannie Mai, how, you know, she's not our people, she's not our color, so, you know, F that woman, she's manipulating, she's lying. It's whatever.
No, I'm not putting nothing past Jenny. I really am not, because I look at Mama Mai and I'm like, girl, from the drama that Jenny has let us know between her and Mama Mai, and then all of a sudden, you know, Mama Mai got her own room in the crib, and it's like, I don't think so. And she really is fabulous. Okay, she's fabulous. Do I think she's always been fabulous? Absolutely not. I don't think she's always been able to afford it without Jenny Mai's money. And that's just me. That's my opinion. I know she's been a hard worker and this and that, but now she's got a platform, and she did not have that, okay, before Jenny. So I've seen the way that's done to her and her persona. So anyway, you didn't have to explain that to me, but I thought it was too much with her being in the crib. Like, nowadays, who really does that? And like Jenny used her as support, you know what I mean?
Well, like you said, it's cultural differences.
Right,
These are, you know, Philippines.
Absolutely. And you have to think, if the brother was there, Mama Mai and Jenny, like, come on now. And then Jeezy's not allowed to bring nobody around? Come on.
Allegedly.
Stop playing. You know, and well, they're also grown-ups, okay? They've had their own beef with Jeezy in the past, and I think that's what she's going to bring up next, is what, you know, the allegations.
The past. Yeah,
right.
exactly. See, you know, that's what's something that I don't really understand, how everyone's acting like, oh, you know, now she's framing him as violent. She's framing him as, you know, this, and he's, you know, the best person ever. So nice and so loving. He would never. You know, it has to be because she's light-skinned and she's saying all this. I'm just not going for it, because in the past, 2012 to be exact, it hit the headlines through all the outlets that he had. These are like, you know, police reports from the wife and the son that said that he was, you know, busting up the party, threatening to end people, and especially threatened to end his own son. Right. So for Jeannie Mai to be paranoid about who he really is after living with the man, you know, and him walking around the house with his machine shoddy, like, hello. Yeah. Any normal person
that was weird.
Would know, like, you know, this guy's a little crazy. He's threatened to kill his last one, and now, you know, I had one with him. It's gonna be, I'm gonna take my baby and run.
Yeah, I don't know. You know, I don't think I have no subscription on my Wise to go back that far, because I was like, oh my God, how'd you know what day to go back and get those screenshots? Look, after 10 days, my shit's erased. So I was like, you know, big kudos to her.
That cloud.
They're really pulling these receipts. This is just like, you know, Kiki and her baby daddy. Without that, you know, camera inside your crib, a lot of stuff.
No, but like you said, maybe, you know, she was premeditating. But, you know, there's warning signs. There's warning signs with somebody. So she already knew, you know, things weren't going right. I mean, that's just, you know, it's not really that suspicious, but, you know, the people are going to push.
Well, yeah, that's why I thought it was odd to bring up a second baby. It's like, well, we ain't even heard about this second baby. Now this second baby's got, you know what I mean? Like, what are you talking, acting like something's here that ain't here?
But I can see, like, her being, you know, a flippy floppy with it. Maybe one day she's like, I don't know about this guy, and then the next she's like, you know what, I really love him. He's, you know, this, he's that. He brought me this present. He did all this, you know, back and forth with it.
I don't know. Look, anybody that uses handcuffs on me, I'm a little scared. I don't care what it is. On another note, to each their own. I just, I pray for this whole situation because, they do have a cheering. And just look, be appreciative of what you got and just keep it pushing. I swear, both of them really put her on. I don't know about Jeezy. I've never really seen Jeezy put her on socials, but I have seen, Jeannie Mai. And it, to me, with him saying that she's got a big, she works a lot, it makes us look at that and go, is this the only time she puts pictures out is whenever she's really around the baby because she works that much? But again, there's a lot that we don't know. I'm sure she'll be releasing things, in a timely effort, just to make sure that she wins this case. Now,
well, no, let's not move on just yet because now you got me wanting to say something else. I don't think, I hate that when people bring up like, oh, they work so much. This is not going to work. Let's divorce. You work so much. Like, money's got to get made. Bills got to get paid. Houses got to get paid. What is this whole ideology of you work so much?
Well, because she gets assigned to TV shows. He does tours. You know what I mean? It's a different work ethic. It really, really is. Whereas some places you got to stay in the trailer for a month. And this over here, he's like, I'm just here for tonight. I can fly back. You know what I mean? Their lifestyle is different. So whenever it comes
I think you're also, you're dealing with a TV star who, it's a series, books. Like, you know what I mean? You're booked for a long time compared to him. Oh, like a little tour here and there. This event, this pop-up shop, this, interview. Yeah. I wouldn't imagine his schedule's busier than hers. So, that's got to be the issue.
I think
it's like, find another job.
I think bottom line is Jenny helped revive Jeezy's, his whole career.
They helped revive each other. I'm not going to put it all on her.
No, she gave him an outlook on social media. He started taking advantage of social media. We've never seen him
She definitely got him out the box. I'm not going to front.
Well, if that didn't happen, he wouldn't have so much support, all these comebacks. Like, you got the OGs like me that have always known Jeezy, but you also had this new wave. And she gave him the opportunity to collab with people that are in this new generation, right? And then they all accepted him. And he really went hard on his whole entrepreneurism, his TED Talks.
Well,
his
because
interviews.
like you're saying, these talks, and that's a good point because
So
she brought in her
entitled.
gossip sector who loved the talk.
So she may feel like you didn't get there by yourself. Don't ever forget, where you were a couple years ago. That's all I'm saying. And sometimes women have animosity towards that. Like, it is what it is. All I want you to do is say thank you.
I don't know, though. During a divorce, when does someone ever give the other person credit for what they've done? He's going to say, all me, for real. So we'll see how that goes. On to the next one. Whoopi Goldberg stopped by Don Lemon, and she revealed that she never really wanted to settle down with anybody, and she's a big fan of hit and runs.
Look, I believe it. Back in the day, Whoopi Goldberg, because I've been following Whoopi since she was like a stand-up comedian, right? I used to stay real late watching her because she is eccentric.
She also denied being a stand-up comedian in the interview.
Okay, because that's
said
a lie.
when.
Okay, that's a lie. I've seen her in plenty of auditoriums. That's it.
It was so long ago. I don't think it feels very, like something she really did.
Okay, because it was like I'm going to say many lives ago, okay? But at one time, she was, okay? And yes, I'm sure there's plenty that can say they bought tickets to her show. But anywho, moving on. And she was a dirty comedian. She wasn't like a clean one, so yes, she was. She reminded me of Carlin, George Carlin. So anywho, my deal is I always seen so many people want to hang out with her. I thought that no one wanted to, call her my girl. I really did. I was on the edge of why isn't anybody claiming her? You know what I mean? Like, she's the bomb. And yeah, I remember Sam Malone, okay, from Cheers, dating her. I can't think of his name today, but yeah, they dated for a long, long time, and that was a public relationship. But I never seen anybody really try to claim her. So of course, it would only seem like some boss shit come back and say, you know what? I was the type to just, yeah, exactly, hit and quit it. It is what it is. So she just admitted that she was a hoe out in them streets. Hey, it's better to accept it than to, deny it. Especially now that everybody's on that expose. I think right now, too, that Whoopi Goldberg, she needs a headliner, okay? She hasn't been talked about in a long time. And, and that part. And maybe she's trying to branch out, okay, with her social media platforms. More people talk about her, more people add her numbers go up a little bit, and then she introduces a new project. I'm hoping that that's what's going on, okay? And for all we know, she'll open up, okay, or start doing stand-up again, okay? And be reminded of where she came from, god dog it. Because yes, she was a stand-up comedian. Stop playing with me.
All right, now let's go on to the next one. It's some light-skinned news. Britney Spears, her ex's ex, is coming out saying he's a deadbeat cheater with at least 9 kids. It was later revealed he's got 10. He's the EBT Nick Cannon. And she said, my husband fell in Britney Spears' poo nanny. And now he pretends his children don't exist.
I think, too, that if he's acting that way, number one, I didn't know she had this many people around her, right? I've seen her always wondering what kind of, people she got watching her and stuff. And she's having fun, okay? She's having fun. I think, too, that whenever boys or whoever she's messing with, because, again, I had no idea she had this many relationships. I've only heard about Sam in the past couple years, right? Now we're making this girl out to be like you come into the crib and she gonna lay it down on you. And she might, right? She's that type of woman. This is my house. You came to my house, right? Takes a while to get here. And I can't help but think about whoever gets mentioned is probably looking for a check. Like, what is really going on? If he has ignored his kids, he's on a mission. All right, he's on a mission to get a hold of that card.
He's pulling a Sam's card, okay?
He's trying to do
these men, Kevin Fredline, they all, hone in on these lonely celebrity women to get to the bag.
Yeah, and what's happening is the ex he's not picking up his phone right now because he's on the clock. If he's right there with Britney Spears, he's trying to get a bag. And if the baby mama keeps running the phone line up, she's ruining it for him. I'm surprised he hasn't dished that phone and got him a burner. Like, stop playing with me. We got 9 kids. Can you just be quiet? Can you just be quiet? And I'm not going to condone this kind of behavior. But it's like, if you see what's going on, girl, be quiet. You agreed to all this before. Who was it that had a relationship like this not too long ago? I can't. Right now, I'm just like at a loss. Because there was somebody else in the market that was doing the same kind of thing but had kids at the crib, right? Had a whole girl, wife, and all this stuff. I think it had something to do with Jeffree Star, if I'm not mistaken, right? But this kind of stuff happens, especially when you're low on cash, okay? You see an opportunity, like Britney's been hitting on me, you know what I mean? But I got you. Let's just get together. It happens all the time, and no, I don't condone it. But Britney Spears is the type of girl to look. Apparently, she's got visitors. And I think the moment that Sam closed his eyes, his bad, baby. The same way that you got here is the same way you could leave, and that's exactly what happened. Okay?
And you knew she was into the background dancers, aka you, and you letting another background dancer have hanky-panky time with her.
Yes.
Yep, well, you lost her.
They always want to play dumb.
And she cheated.
Exactly. So they always want to play dumb when their feelings start to get hurt, but it's like you knew what you was getting into.
Go on and cry her a river. All right, now next story. Janelle Evans is back on Teen Mom after leaving David Eason.
And she is not a teen.
Well, it's the Teen Mom, updates, following them later in life as they've navigated it. So, she lost her spot on Teen Mom in 2019 when David, I want to say put down the family's dog for snapping at their daughter in the face.
I remember that, and I'm a little bit of hick myself. Whenever something like that happens, I did go, oh my God. But on another note, when you have to act fast, we don't know how that happened. And I'm just like, would you rather have the dog here or would you rather have your baby here? Because that's a really dangerous situation.
I don't know. I don't understand this. Just like recently, one of these politicians shot her dog because it killed her chickens. So, and it just don't make no sense to me. It's like, is that really necessary?
That's different.
Is it really necessary though? Like, you can get a kennel for this dog. You can buy it its own, dedicated fence. Like, you can have a part of your yard for the dog, a little outhouse for the dog. Like, you can still take care of this dog that you adopted without putting it down. Yeah. It seems really unnecessary.
I don't know.
Just cage it.
To me, I look
have a spot for it.
Yeah, but a lot of these animals think that we're their pets. They don't see it. You know what I mean? So they don't see it to where it's like, oh, I own you. They're like, no, I own you.
That's true. They do, trying to run the town.
Absolutely. Because all it takes is for you to play with them one time, and the moment you go, ow, they've already won the fight, right? Literally, they've already won the fight. So, anywho, back to Janelle. I just think it's funny because I can only look at her like the Kohan. You know what I mean? What's his name? The Kohan that sits and asks questions to the other castmates. Because she's at that age to where it's like retirement time. Right? What is going on here?
Yeah, I know.
I think it's time for her to do a spinoff. Like, leave the Teen Mom stuff alone. What are you?
It's all they've got. It's all they've got. You know, she was struggling. They were struggling trying to make all these random businesses, these random affiliates and shops and all types of things. And, you know, it was all falling flat face on its, you know, face.
Sounds like
so she had no choice. And see, even David is now allegedly living, according to The Sun, on his boat.
I was going to say in his truck. You said his boat. Look, it is what it is. When you're
Living on the river.
But I want to say when you're used to living in a trailer, and I know just from experience, it's very easy to live outside. It just really is, okay? It's just a survival. If some of us have it, some of us don't. But I am going to say, no, it's time for Jenelle to do a spinoff, okay? I don't know if she needs to reach out to Lamel Plummer, okay? Get on Zeus, become a baddie. Girl, make your check. Quit this family.
She's not that much of a
The more that
baddie.
we know about her family, though, yeah, but really and truly, it's about
messy.
I know, but really, baddies is about you being able to tolerate somebody in your face screaming. Now, if you want to get up and fight them, then
She's
you
a
can.
crybaby. You know, she was on a
that would
big
be nice.
bravado, but
Look,
no.
Vicky was on there. She didn't fight nobody. Now, they might have swung at her a couple times, but
But
you
now
get
she's
the bag.
suing. They've learned their lesson on inviting someone who ain't really about it.
As far as I knew,
So
she
I don't
signed
think
an
so.
NDA. I think she did get paid, though. But I'm just saying there's ways of making your money. And I think that the more that we know about everything about you, now her
Did
little
I say
sisters-
suing? I meant press charges.
Oh, okay. Well, that makes sense. But now the little sister's coming out talking about how she done made her, life a living hell. And it's just like, Jenelle, sit down. I don't know. Maybe her and Dr. Phil need to do a collab. It would just help because she doesn't never look any better. That's all I'm saying.
No. Dr. Phil doesn't make... He helps nothing.
I'm just suggesting. Figuratively speaking, I'm really not a fan. Okay, let's just put it that way.
Well, okay, on to more light-skinned news. Kris Jenner found a tumor/cyst after getting some scans revealed in the season 5 trailer of Keeping Up, or the Kardashians now.
Right. I don't know. At first I was looking at everyone's reaction. I seen, Kylie just, oh my God, she broke down, right? At least her face looked like it. But I'm at a loss of words because I know that they're not going to put it on, the show unless there was something positive that came out about it, right? They're not going to, let's just watch, Kris deteriorate and we're going to record it, right? I don't think that's happening. I'm almost sure that maybe they've come across some kind of therapy, maybe, for what's going on. A few laser sessions, who knows? But I know that she's got enough cash stashed, okay? Maybe at that church right there that she's funding. But she can funnel some money for some health, for some health care, I want to say. And with that being said, prayers for her. And I know she's going to get this fixed. Get it cut out. Just cut it out.
Now, a random story I want to throw in there. Let's talk about Quincy.
Okay.
He had all this big scandals going on, being a part of the Diddy,
Yes.
everything there.
Somebody had to start it.
I'm just so confused on, he dropped this video recently, a song, and his streams are so low.
Oh, absolutely.
It's like, damn, y'all give him all these streams when it comes to these scandals, but nobody's tuning in for the music.
Yes, I know. But you know what about Al B. Sure's kids is his other son, they all do music. So it's kind of hard whenever they've never really collabed and we're discovering them separately. It's weird, right? Because the other son's got talent. I have not heard, Quincy's new drop. I've seen it. But there's so much drama surrounding his daddy that I was like, unless he's going to give me some tea, I don't want to hear about it.
I posted about it on Instagram because it's basically like a cover / spin on Janelle Monáe's song, but nobody cared.
Look, at this point, we want to hear some tea. Okay, we don't want to hear your drop right now. That's crazy.
Yeah, exactly. My point
That's
proven.
crazy.
Everybody's tuning in for the drama instead of, the talent.
He just did this at the wrong damn time. Now, if this song would have came out before everything, okay, it would have been different. But I think right now that, in the midst of everything and people allegedly looking for him, girl, he's just living his life. I think really he's just trying to make it look like he was never really a part of it. Okay? For all we know, he didn't have no choice. And then after you get older, you're just like, I'm connected to this person. You know what I mean? And it looks like he took care of me more than my real daddy did. A lot of times there's a lot of stuff that we don't see, okay? And whenever it comes to this industry and all these Nepo babies, there's no feelings there. You know what I mean? They're not equipped to have a real life. They think that detachment is a part of the industry. They don't realize that detachment can really separate you for life. You know what I'm saying? Everything's fantasy world. So I don't know. I do want to say if he's going to take it serious, he needs to go on live, okay? Take advantage of your Instagram. Do some little, drops. I tell you, one person I like to listen to all the time is T.I. and Tiny Son. Red. Okay, look, that boy is talentful. Okay, and all that. I'm just saying, there's just a way to do it, and you have to take advantage of your socials. If not, bye.
All right, well, North Texas man is suing Cinemark. He claims 24-ounce beer cups can't hold 24 ounces.
Look, have we not had enough? I know the Walmart's going through their whole big settlement class action lawsuit for selling, you know what I mean, if it says 15, ounces of bacon and you only get 7. Like, there's...
Yeah, especially the chickens are always half of what they're claiming.
Absolutely. You go to Dollar General, it says, the product of dog food is $5. You get up to the counter at $6.95. There's just a lot of settlements back here. We can't trust what we're buying anymore. And especially when we buy in packages, like boxes of something package, you're always more than likely to get at least 1 or 2 with nothing in them. Okay? Just like when you buy like big bags of like the chips and stuff like that, like this assorted chips, one of them bags is totally empty and flat as I don't know what. We should be able to at least take that back to the store and go, you owe me one more. I had a party and this one kid didn't get no chips. Like, it is what it is. I think too though, what's happening is a lot of people just starting to prove it. They want to make these companies look stupid. And, and hold them accountable. Like, look, this is what happened. Look, after that Capri Sun had that mishaps at the bottom of the thing, girl, I don't trust nothing packaged no more. It is what it is. But this is 24 ounce and the 24 ounce. No matter what, we're going to figure. That's just like whenever we buy the 2 liters, we're always walking around to see if all of them are lined up the same. And there's always that one that has just like, you know what I mean, a half an inch less. And you're like, So, I mean, sometimes it happens and sometimes it don't. But y'all give us your thoughts and theories in the comment section below.
We'll see you guys in the next ones. It's Mouth TV. Bringing you all latest headlines, breaking stories, drama, clout chasers, and everything trending in these streets. We out.